Hi everyone and welcome to Apprenticeish, where we talk all about apprenticeships, kind of. So you want to do an apprenticeship, but you're not sure. Now you're here watching this video, thinking,
How did Leeks know that she wanted to do an apprenticeship? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
let me tell you how I knew, okay? Or maybe you're just supporting, and I love you for that. Maybe you don't even care about apprenticeships, and you're just here to see my face, and I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. 3 points that I really want to talk about today. The timestamps are below, and the first one is my experience. I had the privilege of working and studying at the same time after I finished my A-levels. After I finished my A-levels, all I did was work and study, or just work. There was no just studying anymore. If you haven't watched my journey video on like how on earth I got here, it was very all over the gaff, but the link will be in the description or in the iCards. But I had, in essence, finished my A-levels, and then I did a shorter apprenticeship, which was 12 months, 13 months. So whilst I was doing that, I also was retaking some of my A-level exams because I did not like my results. Yeah, they were scary. So in essence, I was balancing an apprenticeship. It was a lower level apprenticeship. I think it was level 3, on top of retaking my A-levels. A-levels are really intense, and you know, working, okay, is hard labor. And you know what was really interesting is when I was working there, memory is serving correctly. The 20% that you have off the job time was split. I'm pretty sure it was split. So experiencing that dynamic was very helpful in terms of me understanding what on earth, not only I wanted to do, but like what I was capable of doing. And I ended up getting, anyway, we'll come back to that. In itself was an interesting dynamic. And then on top of that, I had already gone to so many masterclasses, and I've been to enough workplace experiences. I was able to talk to so many barristers and so many solicitors, which helped me like make the decision in terms of what route I wanted to go down. Being able to experience all that was just very helpful. I would probably say that, you know, take all of that experience with a pinch of salt, because when you get there versus, you know, when you are on work experience, it's a completely different, it's just not the same. The dynamic is different when you're an employee versus when you're work experience. But then also, I think asking wise questions, like, sorry, I don't know why I even got annoyed for a second. Asking wise questions to people who already work there whilst I was on work experience opened my mind so much. So I think because I had a good understanding of both, it helps me make a decision. Well, actually, that work and studying thing is something that would actually work really well for me. My experience of working and studying at the same time, also when I done my first degree, I was working and studying at the same time, had led me to think, well, yeah, actually, this is a dynamic that works for me. And I do like working in law, and I do like studying in law, both of which are very different. The next thing that helped me decide whether or not I wanted to do an apprenticeship was my grades. I can't lie, my grades when I retook my A-levels were better than when I was doing it full time. And obviously, you know, I have had, you know, more exam experience by then, and arguably that could have been a reason why. But I think a contributing factor is that I just didn't have as much time to be focusing on my A-levels. There's this notion, I forget where it's from, but work expands, fill the time that you give it. And so in as much as I may have been spending, you know, sometimes 12-hour days just studying, when I had a much restricted time to study, I was just a hell of a lot more effective. So I ran with the wind. I saw my A-level grades were better. The work that I produced for my apprenticeship was of a really good standard, if I do say so myself. So I think just coupling up both of those things kind of just made me think, yeah, my grades were better. I think that because I had less time, I was doing more, if that makes sense. More intentional, more direct, more deliberate with my time and how I was spending it. So yeah, I think that was another factor that I took into consideration when deciding whether or not I wanted to do a degree apprenticeship. And the last thing is I think if doing a degree apprenticeship did not align with my career goals, wouldn't be doing it.
At all. No interest whatsoever.
I was genuinely considering becoming a barrister for, I would say, a significantly long period of time. I thought to myself, well, you know, there's, if I wanted to go down the solicitor's route, then this is a very plausible way of me like reaching the goal that I wanted to do. Doing my first apprenticeship, there was some parts that were really challenging. Sometimes I felt, you know, a little bit lonely. It came in handy when I was doing this apprenticeship because, child, that pandemic, that panorama, okay, in those moments, it gave my pain in that moment in time a purpose. Like I wasn't suffering, dare I say, for no reason. I wasn't, you know, stressing about these exams or, you know, doing all of this because, you know, just to get an A. Because, yeah, it's not that I don't care about the grade, but at the end of the day, like, it's just a standardized testing, which I have multiple issues with. I think for me anyway, it was less about the grade that I was getting, and that's not to say I wasn't, like, I'm not getting good grades, but it's less about the grade that I'm getting and more about the character that I'm developing and whether or not that aligns with or fits with the direction that I'm moving in. So, you know, I know that I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a qualified lawyer, I want to practice law, I love law. I would definitely say that I anticipate staying in this legal field for a very long time. Those were the kinds of things I was thinking about when I was considering whether or not to do an apprenticeship. And the reason why I included the last one is because honestly, my apprenticeship is like 6.5 to 7 years. I feel like I've made a good decision. I'm enjoying myself. I'm sending you all my love. I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, you know, leave a comment down below for any current apprentices. It'll actually be really helpful for the community to know why you chose to go down the apprenticeship route, because to be honest with you, I'm just one person and there's so many more of you who watch the video than I am creating it. So help the community out, and if you're, you know, thinking of applying for an apprenticeship, do you want to list down the reasons as to why you want to do an apprenticeship versus the traditional route? So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. I'm very interested to hear all of the different reasons. You know what, I have to actually include, sorry, just one last thing, because I don't know why this didn't even come to mind when this is like a real thought that came into my brain when I was like, can I even go to uni? I just cannot foresee a way of me living life without working. I was thinking like, practically, like I actually have bills to pay. From the financial perspective, that was definitely something I considered. Like, how can I live and also achieve, you know, the route that I want to go down without having to compromise one or the other. At the time I started this degree apprenticeship, I had been working for, I think it was 2 years, something like that. And to be honest with you, I got accustomed to a lifestyle and I was enjoying myself and I was not about to trade that. If I can have both, why can I should just enjoy the two. I am sending you my love. Hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up. I'm kidding, just like the video, even dislike it, I don't care. Like, dislike, interaction is interaction, and I love that for the both of us. I'm sending you all my love. Apprenticeish. You want to do an apprenticeship? What? That was so weird. Okay. Okay.